Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Cheers, it's Miller time. You've talked about this before, Jimmy, as Jambo gets jousted in the opening seconds. That just happy to be here feeling. He's waited his whole life to fight on this stage.
It's a great opportunity, and since you just have to see it as another fight, you can't let the big lights get to you. You can't do that tonight. That's why Chidi Njokuani is so good with his lead tools, that lead leg. You saw him knock Jambo off balance with a jab. Incredible timing.
Jambo, longtime friend of the Pitbull brothers, trains with them. London is calling. We are 1 month away now, as Paul Semtex Daly will step into the main event now against Douglas Lima. Michael Venom Page, who has been talking about fighting in London for as long as we have known him. Bellator MMA heads to the O2 Arena in London, July 16th on Spike, and there still are some tickets available in London. Can't wait for that.
This is what Thiago Jambo said. He had the advantage, was on the ground. Problem is he has to get the takedown to get it there. Chidi Njokuani, like you said, getting ready for Douglas Lima, but he said, I don't really prepare that much for my opponent. It's pretty much about making myself better. So it doesn't matter that I'm switching opponents. That's how he sees it.
And we will see next week in St. Louis is Joe Schilling, the second edition of Bellator Kickboxing, and his rematch will be inside the Bellator Kickboxing ring against Sasaki Kato. He is looking forward to seeing Chidi Njokuani tonight. Always fun to hear Sean Merriman check in. He has already seen Chris Honeycutt get his first Bellator win at middleweight. The damage you see inside the Bellator cage, that is blood that used to belong to Brandon Halsey, who was cut in the opening seconds of his fight, never recovered, and got subbed 4 minutes into the first round by the veteran John Salter.
Thiago Jambo so far, striking-wise, not having any offense. A little bit with the leg kick, but hasn't figured out how to get inside and do damage.
Really enjoyed getting to know Thiago Jambo the other day. His last fight is one of the most extraordinary stories that we have ever come across. Fighting for the World Series of Fighting, scheduled for a prelim fight. It was hooked up by his friend Matt Baker, and he was going to corner him as well. He got to Edmonton. Both fighters needing the fight financially had both of their opponents dropped out. They were best friends. They were like brothers. And they looked at each other when both their opponents dropped out, both needing the money, and said, we're going to have to fight each other. And that is an incredible story in and of itself. But then Thiago Jambo went into the fight knowing that his friend, that his brother, had just suffered a serious concussion in a car accident, and decided, made an agreement to not hit him in the head.
Unbelievable.
And imagine fighting a critical fight in your career against your best friend, against someone you consider to be a brother, and the head is out of play because you know something that his original opponent would not have known.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible. He went through the fight and he ended up winning it, and you know, stories like that, that's why he's so happy to be here right now. I mean, he's fought hard, he's fought in obscurity. To get a chance on big lights, that means everything to him.
Ended up splitting the win bonus with Matt Baker.
And that's like a story from the early days of the sport.
It really is.
To fight for gas money and get stranded places and not get paid, and all kinds of stuff happen. And the sport is where it is now. That's definitely a throwback story. You'd show up not knowing who you were going to fight. That happened to me. You know, it's crazy.
You'd be hanging out with somebody, right? And all of a sudden,
Yeah,
say, hey, and your opponent is that guy next to you.
All right, that's what happened to me and James Wilkes. Yeah, funny.
Chidi Njokuani, of course, his older brother, Anthony, talks about him as motivation. They push each other to go to the gym. And Chidi Njokuani is still at that stage in his career. It's always tough to do the thing. It's easy to do the thing you like to do. He loves to strike. He will strike all day. But it's the other parts of it, when it's wrestling practice, when it's jiu-jitsu practice. He's got that 12-year-old that has to get up and go to school kind of look.
Stop. down, baby. Looks good, looks good.
Back. So start leg kicking the shit out of him. Right? Jab, jab, leg kick. Jab, 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 leg kick. He keeps moving straight back. After a while, boom, go to the head. Right? And you're hanging out a little bit too long on the fence. You got to start rocking back and forth. Get him moving. Remember that underhook? You grab the head, turn him out, all that stuff. Putting all that stuff together, okay? You got it. You're doing great. This guy's got nothing for you, and he's starting to get tired. He's starting to breathe heavy. Yep, double it up. You got to do more. Yep. 2s and 3s, can't hang out on the fence. Pick up that pace, he's gonna fold. He does not have your cardio. He's gonna fold.
It's been over 3 years since Chidi Njokuani has suffered a defeat.
You ready to fight? Hell, let's go.
While he had the better of round 1, he didn't look completely comfortable.
That's also one thing about having kind of an awkward style. They never look that comfortable, always kind of moving around, unorthodox. Oh, nice right hand by Jambo.
Chidi off balance after he came out aggressive to start round 2.
What's the cup? What's the cup, Chidi?
Significant height and reach advantage for Njokuani. Saw the tweet from Joe Schilling. He's actually fought Joe Schilling in kickboxing. Chidi Njokuani has flirted a little bit with that, but his true passion, his true love wasn't fighting. It's skateboarding. He had dreams of being in the X Games one day. And I kind of asked him, I said, were there any skills? And he was a hardcore skater from the age of 14. Anything you could translate. And he talked about switching stances.
Tough shot. Up against the fence. That was bound to happen with it, with the way they were throwing knees, and also the height difference. Yeah.
Good. Some time. You ready to go? Good, Tom. You ready to go now? You telling me you're ready to go? Yes? Okay. Hey, Thiago, levántala, okay? Por favor. Ready? Fight!
Like Beltran. Do those quick courses, learn everything really fast. It's actually a great idea for referees. We've seen fights get delayed because things have to be translated to the corners.
Yeah, that was not a cup shot.
Let's go.
That was not.
Right, Mike Beltran says keep fighting.
Yeah, that was a legal shot. Thiago Jambo starting to realize if I get in this guy's chest, if I get close, I can negate that reach advantage. See him stalking forward a lot more than he did in the opening round.
So Chidi Njokuani hasn't lost since early 2013. That was when Eduardo Dantas and Marcos Galvão met for the bantamweight world title. Dantas that night, the defending champion, scoring a dominant victory in a second-round knockout. Finally, after a 3-year wait and a 1-year wait after Galvão won the title, the fight finally will take place, and it is next. Bellator and Spike encourage our nation's veterans to make the same commitment to their health that they made to our country. Veterans Operation Wellness promotes physical and mental health and wellness. What's your name? Did you do any skateboarding? Was that ever? None. I see those guys all the time, and they never seem to hit one of those moves. You know what I'm saying? It's like tumble over and over and over, man. And that's why he had to give it up, because you don't want to get hurt. He was more of a street skater.
A lot of those guys have wrecked ankles. It's really true.
But really what Chidi talked about, and you've seen him so unorthodox change stances here, is that switching from what's called regular foot to goofy stance, skateboarding. Thank you, Internet. That helped him switching stances inside the cage.
The Gracie's avid surfers, they say the balance, it helps them out. In case you want to start a fight about not being a local, check the ears first. That's my advice to the surfers out there. Mad at Hicks and Gracie for cutting you off on a wave, you got a problem.
All started on a beach, right?
Did.
Oh, big shot from Njokuani. Thiago Jambo went to Abu Dhabi, thought about giving it all up and starting to teach, and it was Patricio Pitbull that says, no, I'm going to help you get a Bellator fight. Don't give it up yet.
See Njokuani's style. He gets him hurt, but backs off, goes back to 0, resets, doesn't go crazy looking for the finish.
Njokuani scored that decision win over Ricky Rainey last fall, and that was a decision you and I did not agree with. A lot of people didn't.
Controversial, yeah.
A close fight. But again, he's a hard fighter to fight against. He's a hard fighter to judge.
Very true.
Let's go, gentlemen. Improve your positions. Let's go. Let's work.
Thiago Jambo can't get inside like this and not capitalize on the dish and not just stay on the feet and not get the takedown. It's a lot of energy expended. Foot stops aren't going to do it.
Last 11 years, Thiago Jambo has only lost twice in 18 fights. They restarted it by Mike Beltran, a split decision and a unanimous decision. He was stopped. As you see in Njokuani, who landed his big shots, Thiago Jambo was stopped in his pro debut in 2004. He has not been stopped since.
10 seconds. 10 segundos.
Thiago Jambo still on his feet, but hasn't been able to get inside or figure out the unorthodox Chidi Njokuani.
Stop.
Best shot of the fight right there from Chidi. We should be up 2 rounds to none, headed to the 3rd. Mercedes and Dasha, sometimes they're the ones who sometimes cause confusion in the brain as to what round it is. So it's nice that they sort of serve both roles.
You ready to fight? Let's go.
Thiago Jambo looked a little confused, trying to figure out the style of Chidi Njokuani. He's landed the bigger shots in this fight.
Jambo having success early on in the round, stalking forward, closing distance. He's really got to get busy in this round 3. Can't stall in these positions against the fence. I think that's cost him a lot of energy.
Don't grab the fence.
What does it take to beat a Chidi Njokuani?
Really excellent timing or a real bullheaded mentality. Get right in his chest, don't let him off the hook. Stay right in the pocket and throw big bombs. You're not going to win an outside battle with this guy.
170, Paul Daly. 170, Brennan Ward for the time being. It's funny how things change over the last couple of months. A dominant performance, beyond dominant, by Andrei Koreshkov, decimating Ben Henderson. And then Rafael Carvalho looking so shaky against Melvin Manoff last month. Funny how all of a sudden it's like a trail of crumbs leading the 170s to 185. And all of a sudden Chris Honeycutt goes there, Brennan Ward might go there.
So he's rolling back for a leg lock. Didn't work out, trying to take him by surprise.
Chidi listening to his corner. You want him to go. And not when you're up 2 rounds to none.
Right now, Njokuani feeling very confident, getting unorthodox.
Those praying mantis long legs, those knees can get up there.
And the thing is you have a fight against this kind of guy, and you want to prepare for him. What do? Go to your gym and go, hey, anybody 6'3"?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 170, skinny, tall. I mean, you're fighting with, a lot of times, light heavyweights to get a guy this tall. Well, light heavyweights aren't this fast. Very hard to simulate a guy like this in the gym.
Coming up next, the Bantamweight World Title main event we have been waiting for next Friday night. Ilima-Lei McFarland's looking forward, like the rest of us, to this one. We'll see her next week in St. Louis. Wow. Jambo took a huge hit, and down he goes.
I think this is over.
Njokuani trying to finish. Jambo trying to hold on, and he can't.
Don't mistake my patience for weakness. That is the message he just sent. Ahead in the fight, using his range well, but when he got him hurt, he finished him. That's an important message, Sean.
And Njokuani's style can put you to sleep, and then he can really put you to sleep.
Man, unorthodox, and that's what set up the killing shot. Thiago Jambo didn't know when it was coming.
Let's check out the finish. Replay brought to you by Energizer Max. Now lasts 30% longer in digital cameras.
This is real time. Look at the speed of that kick. Kind of a delayed reaction. Jambo in so much trouble here trying to get guard back, and look at the right hand. Turns his lights out on the ground. Bang! That is quick, my friend. It looks like Jambo still had his hand up.
That's why Mike Beltran gave him a chance.
Which he should have.
Yes.
He gave him, and look where Beltran is, right over him. And as soon as this right hand hits the jaw, Beltran has seen enough and dives in. Great stoppage, great performance.
Chidi Njokuani, a statement win at 170, putting his name on the list for Andre Koreshkov.
Bang, bang, baby.
After 2.5 rounds of Chidi Njokuani just looking for an opening, did he ever find it? And he put the lights out on Thiago Jambo. Let's make it official with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, the end comes officially 2 minutes, 39 seconds into round number 3. The winner by knockout, Chidi Bang Bang Njokuani.
Unbeaten now in the last 3.5 years, making his name at 170, getting on the list. Chidi Njokuani standing by.